All right. Good morning, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we're doing a little bit of West Coast hops this morning. Rainy in Vancouver, but should be a bit nicer as we go down the coast here. So let's get started here. Turn our battery on, standby power on. That cabin utility, IFE passenger, like that. A little bit of lights in here. Good. There we go. Good. RS on. Okay. That's in. Let's see if we've got anyone online here this morning. Up. This on, so we can turn our APU on here. APU's coming online. Okay. A second here, guys. Just gotta go get something here for our flight plan. Okay, here we go. Cool. Reporting at 745. Not even take that. And we are going to Seattle. What was our alternate? Our alternate airport is APDX. And that's in Portland, I believe. APDX. And we won't be going higher than 19,000 feet for this flight. And like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, APU's online, so put those on. APU bleeds on. Coming on. Steady. Wing well. There we go. Okay, so fuel. What did I say for fuel? .9, and we have a payload of 17. Too easy. There we go. So we are at CYVR this morning. Can't remember which gate. Not a big deal. Just enough. Clear that. Good. And I said we're going to Seattle. Short little flight to start the morning. We are Air Canada 1489. And we are taking runway 08 right. Make sure, there you go. Online. S50. I said 190 should be our cruising altitude. Winds should be 233, so 66 at 233. There you go. And at top of climb, temperature should be -23. There we go. Good. Happy with that. We'll have 5 on flaps. CJ. V1, VR, and V2. Perfect. Power dampers coming on. We'll need those on as we climb. And I said we're going to 19,000 feet. Okay. We'll put our route in here. Go to YVR directly. And then we are going to directly to our star of Marn 5. Should be in our arrival actually. Which runway? I said we are arriving on runway Seattle 16 left. So there you go. And we're not going to be using any transition. I'm happy with that. Okay, that sounds good. Activate this bad boy. Perfect. So there's no one online right now, so we'll take that off. Okay, well, we're gonna ask for our pushback here.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We're ready.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Hi there, Dammy. How are you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. So,
okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
we're doing some little early hops this morning. We might keep going to Las Vegas after San Francisco. We'll see how it goes here. Yeah, so we're doing Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, and I'll see how we're doing on timings after that. But we might do an extra hop to Las Vegas. So yeah. We're flying in Air Canada, Boeing 737-800. That's the Zibo mod. We're just about to push back, and we'll be departing on runway 8.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake.
Started pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay. Shut our packs right now because we're going to start our engines. I'm down here. Did you ever end up getting on the VATSIM network there, Dammy? Introducing fuel. And we have a good startup for that engine. I'm right up here. This is going to pop right back. Back to control. And we'll go for the next engine. How'd that go? How'd that go for you? Using fuel. Okay. Put our packs back on. There we go. APU off. Lead off. Perfect.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
It happens, buddy. Yeah. Really not the end of the world.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Sure, our flaps are at position 5. Put this to RTO. Yeah, man. Well, cool thing is if you don't have an audience, it's not really embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you have an audience. So, you know, if you miss your approach, keep doing it, keep going at it until you get it right, and it's not the end of the world. And even if you screw up, you know, that's part of the learning process.
So it's disconnected and bike captain has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, so we are going to runway 8 right, which is right here, guys. So I'm going to be taxiing right across here. I'm actually going to cross the runway, get all the way up here. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and turn our taxi lights on. We'll put those on as well. There you go. Off we go. Releasing parking brake. On and turn our flight directors on. Auto throttle. I said 08 right, so we'll go ahead and put that course in here. I hate when it does that. There we go. Not to 19,000 feet. Whoop. The Zibo mod, they changed the buttons, which is great. They do, however, go up way faster. Go up here and put our wipers on right now, just so we get going here. There we go. I don't know why it's putting me so high. I'm gonna fix my view here. There we go. There's no one crossing. I have a GTX 1080. My graphics settings are pretty much all at high. My viewing distance is at high, not maximum. Obviously, as soon as you start streaming and doing everything from the same PC and adding sceneries, and it starts being a little bit more demanding. But yeah, no, I'm averaging 45 frames per second, and you know, simulator only requires you to be above 20, so yeah, that's okay. There's no point of getting 16 here. I didn't calibrate my pedals before we got going here, and I can definitely tell. I have a GTX 1080. My graphics settings are pretty much as the highest they can be. I mean, there's just the how do you say that? Just the step right before being at the maximum. They're all at high basically. As soon as you start streaming and doing everything at once from the same computer, you know, some guys have a separate computer for their streaming gear. I don't. So everything's at high and it's perfect like that. Yeah, I'm getting about 45, 40 frames per second, and the simulator only requires 20, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Problem with X-Plane is it is so demanding. X-Plane is one of, you know, it's not a game. You know, we like to call it a game, but it's not a game. Every game tries to optimize their game to the users. X-Plane is completely the opposite. Let's just get in the holding point here. X-Plane is the total opposite. They want the user to adapt to them. They'll basically push the strongest simulator they can get out there, and then, you know, if you want to be able to have the full experience, then you have to have the appropriate gear for it. And yeah, and here's the thing, sometimes you'll have like you have a constant 45 frames per second, and for whatever reason you're coming in this new scenery, and for 20 seconds it's just gonna drop to like 10 frames per second, and that's the frustrating part. So I'd rather be up in the high 40s than being close to that 20 mark here, which is better. Okay, so we'll turn our taxi lights off. When we turn off, lights are on. Anti-collision lights are coming on. Auto brakes are to RTO. Flaps are at 5. Here we go, guys. Ready for takeoff. Beautiful morning. It's raining, but we got some nice views here, so. Okay, select pan 1. Airspeeds are live. B1, BR, rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up. Go ahead and bank right a little bit. Turn those wipers down here. I guess we'll still need them. Okay, so we're gonna climb to 19,000 feet from YVR. Put a bit of flaps in. VNav, LNav, autopilot's engaged. Oh, I think I forgot my lights here. Yeah, so those can come off. Those can come off. And this is steady like that, probe and steady. Those and those. There we go. Mixing good up here. That's good. Perfect. Okay, flaps nothing. So yeah, so this first shop should be pretty quick here. I think it's about 45 minutes gate to gate here. We're just going above Vancouver Island. This is Vancouver. We're heading to Vancouver Island. This is all the Gulf Islands. If you guys never been in this area, it's probably Canada's most beautiful place, most beautiful cities, and the best climate you can get in Canada, I would say. It's Canada's California. So we just crossed 10,000 feet, I believe. Go and turn our anti-collision lights off. What do you mean traffic? No clue where this guy was, but definitely not in the right place. If you guys are just tuning in, we're doing some West Coast hops this morning. We're just on our way right now to Seattle from Vancouver. Short little one to get us going, to warm us up. And then we're heading to San Francisco. And depending on the timings after that, we'll be heading to most likely to Las Vegas. We're flying a Boeing 737. This is the Zibo mod, Air Canada. Just on our climb right now. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them. I mean, that's the whole part of this stream here, is so that I'm not flying alone. So we're top of climb right now, 19,000 feet. And like I said, it's a short one, so in 15 miles here we'll be going down again. Yeah, no, it's pretty nice liveries. I have about 40 different liveries, and that's probably my favorite one, to be honest. So where do you get them from? Well, for the 737, there's tons on the X-Plane forums. If you look around, there's guys that did some really good jobs. So yeah, so this, for example, this one, I got part of a package. There was like 20 liveries coming into it. I just downloaded it off the X-Plane forums, and it's free. So yeah, you definitely take advantage of it. I have, I'll show you after this, the short little hop here, I'll show you a bunch of liveries that I have. But yeah, I have the Disneyland ones, I have the Alaska Airlines, a lot of European companies. So yeah. So right now, if you're looking here, we're losing some speed here. It's kind of a thing with the 737s. They like to slow down before, not that they like to slow down before, it's they don't like slowing down and going down at the same time. So we're losing some speed here, and then we're gonna start descending. When you try to do both at the same time, it just doesn't really like it. Yeah, I mean, you can use the speed brake, obviously, but it's just a better practice to just slow down a bit before, and then obviously it's going to ask me for some drag as we go down here for sure. As we get to that decel spot, it's going to ask me for some drag, and I'm going to use the I'm going to use some of that speed brake for sure. So you don't want to break anything either, eh? Those of you guys who wonder who I'm talking to, I am streaming on multiple platforms. My chat is, however, going through all one application. So, yeah, I mean, wherever you're watching, if you're on YouTube or on Twitch right now, I will be able to read your messages and respond. So. Just for you, Dami, today I'll try and get you a majestic landing, alright? Okay, just doing a little turn here. So where do we want to be here? We want to be at 11,000 feet in about 5 nautical miles. So you see right now, it's asking me for some drag, right? So that's what I meant. We're going to give them a little bit of speed brake. See if that slows us down. We'll give it a little bit more. Okay, so we're just going through 10,000 feet here, so we're going to put our anti-collision lights on. A little bit more drag. Yeah, so that's the next thing here. I'm buying XMViro to get better clouds, for sure. Well, it's not too nice out, is it? That's the thing, right? However, the cool thing is when you invest in those mods, you do have a lot more options on, like, you know, how to rendering options is what I'm trying to say here. Is when you do invest in those mods, you do have more customize it. You're able to customize your clouds better, so you can find the right fit for you. Because really, when you look at actual X-Plane menu for graphics, there's not that much you can modify. You know, you have those, like, the 3 options for CPU and the 3 options for GPU. There is actually a setting though, if you're already having only 23 FPS, there is a plugin, a rendering plugin that you can get for free. Actually, look it up on the X-Plane forums. It just gives you a lot more of rendering options. So go to flaps here. Yeah, so it does gives you a lot more rendering options, so you're able to play a lot with the actual things that hurt your frame rates and the things that don't, you know, because that's the problem. A lot of times you're turning down a setting that doesn't actually affect your, you know, there's just one part of that setting that would actually affect your frame rate. So yeah. Wow, am I excited to get out of those clouds, to be honest here. Up to 3. Let's go 2 for that. Put those lights on, landing lights on. There we go. Oh, I didn't think it'd be that shitty out in Seattle. It didn't seem to be that way. Oh wow. We'll make it work. Okay, flaps full. Say hello to Seattle. And we'll select our approach mode. Here's coming down. We're going for this runway right here on the left. Actually, I'll put this just in case we need to get going again. Follow the plane here. Aircraft. Thousand feet. My throttles. We're so off. I don't like the RNAV approach. I'll start doing the ILS instead because these guys keep bringing me always like almost a runway beside. Like, it's so weird. I spend my time trying to correct it. That wind though.
200.
There we go.
200, 200, 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Full bouncer. Yeah, my pedals are not configured. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna calibrate them because they're pulling me to the left for no reason here. 80 knots. Yeah, it could have been a bit better, but it was quite windy actually, so. I'm gonna go right to the gate in front of us actually, I think. Yeah. Okay, come up here. Okay, so I said I would show you. Actually, let's have a look at that replay here. I think I did a little bounce here, but actually, I can't do that. I'm just going to disconnect that VATSIM first. Go. Now we can go. That is just nuts. You think I had a crosswind? Yeah. So that wasn't the best one. Okay, so load a new flight here. I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you my liveries here. Customize. Yeah, so these are all the ones I have right now for the 737. So, you know, you can. On here. Okay, there we go. So Air Berlin, Air China, Alaska Airlines. That's Boeing House. Alaska Airlines, Disneyland. I just showed you this one. British Airways, Delta, EasyJet, Eurowings. Yeah, so I got a bunch here. And yeah, those are all free, man. So, Turkish Airlines. But yeah. Right, where are we going next? I said we're going to San Francisco. I got my brief out here, guys. Just give me a little second. Yeah, for sure. Give me well, I'm gonna take off here on this flight, and once we take off, I'll dig it up and I'll put it in the Twitch here. Why is this route? This route is good. Okay. Okay, Seattle.
Sounds loaded.
takeoff. So we're going to connect. Good. The flight plan. This. What's our alternate? Our alternate is KSMF. And today at $37,000 feet. Be out of here by 8:30. Good. Flight time should be pretty much 2 hours. 2 hours of fuel. Okay. Let's get going here. Our RS position, that's good. Gonna play with this bad boy here. There we go, that's good. Route, we are going to San Francisco. Just like the song, we are Air Canada. 1489. Just before I forget here, go put our fuel here so we don't run out, because that would not be funny. That would be pretty embarrassing. We need 7.5. And we have a payload of 15.2. That's a total of 64. Perfect. Good. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. We have nose at reserve. That is stupid. Cost index is 50. There we go. And I said we're going to 370 today. There we go. Our winds are going to be 37,000 feet. 255, 90. 490. Temperature at top of the climb is going to be 0. Fine, there you go. Cute. And one, this is good. Flaps position 5 for takeoff. DG 24.1. Good. Trim of 4.74. That's about right. Perfect. Okay, our APU is online, so we'll put those on, put the blades on. APU gen, we're getting power, that's good. Okay, departure. We are taking runway 16 left, the same one we landed on. Makes sense. And we want to Harrop 5 departure. Problem. No. Why? Why are you doing this to me? FMC. Hey Bluffy, how are you doing? Great. Okay guys, my FMC froze for whatever fucking reason, so just gonna have to redo this.
Sounds loaded.
Sorry we have to do this again here. It's just there's no real way of restarting FMC once it freezes on you like that, so yeah. Totally sorry guys, I apologize, but it is what it is. My pumps are off. Okay. I'm power connected. What's my system specs? I have a Ryzen 5 1600 CPU, a GTX 1080 for graphics card. All good. Wondering why it froze like that. So weird. Okay, whatever. Let's get going with our thing here. Just enough. Hey Bluffy, thank you very much for your subscription. Much appreciated, especially in the beginning like this. I need as much as I can get, so appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I know. It's a glitch with the 737. It does that sometimes. I do not know why it does that. Very frustrating. I think it has to do with this IRS up here, guys. So this guy right here, yeah, it doesn't always come online. I have no clue why it does that, but I've looked on forums and I'm not the only one who that happens to. Fortunately, hopefully they put a fix for that. Taking off 16 left, I said. There we go. Performance initiation, that's good. 370. 0 reserves. 50 cost index. What was the wins I said? Nice, dude. I'll go and check out your page here when I'm done, when we get going at least. Okay, so this on, put this on. Ends online. It still hasn't come online, eh? Why? Yeah, so it's this guy right here that's crewing up with the FMC guys. I'll definitely put them in there, Jose. Yeah, I'm just building this stream right now, so I'll definitely put my specs in there for you guys to have a look at. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I did that. Look, menu, extras, others, and align time short. So I've done that already. It is a glitch with this aircraft. It happens. I might just have to reload the game here. We'll see what the simulator here. We'll see what happens, but it's not taking it. And I believe that this is why we had a little FMC freeze here on our last try. There's absolutely no reason. Like, thing is, if I go here and start selecting that, it's gonna freeze. Wait a little bit, see if it comes online. It is the latest version of the Zibo mod. And so far, every version's been doing that once in a while, so. What a drag. Good, yeah. We'll try this again here. Okay. I get that, buds. I'm just gonna try one more time to put the RS position here, and see if that fixes it. And if it doesn't, then we'll reload the sim, guys. I'm sorry for that. Great. Okay, guys, we're gonna reload the sim real quick. Give me quick little second. We'll apologize for this, guys. Hopefully it doesn't do it again here. It would suck to just get one flight in today.
Sounds loaded.
Okay, let's get going. Batteries on, standby power on. It's good. Put those on. Turn those off. It's good. This goes down. Okay. Ground power. Negative power. That's good. Hey Jose, yes, totally. I've definitely watched guys like Captain Canada before and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean that's a bit how you learn a lot of new things and see if other people are experiencing the same things as you. I've been flying a little bit of simulator before, but it's just my first. I'm getting into the streaming thing because I see that we're not a big community out there. But yeah, I do definitely have a look at these guys. Cool. All right. Point two, that was good. Cool. Okay, let's try this again here, guys. Make sure it reads it properly with the Kind of 1489. Ah, shit. Runway 16 left. There we go. It came online here, guys. Okay, so we should be good here. Let's get going with this. Okay. So, put our fuel pump on. Start our APU. Wait for that to come online. Turn these on. The yaw damper on. Put this on. That's okay. APU should be coming online. Yeah, we'll change that now because with all of this we're a bit late. Okay, these are coming online. Okay, let's go ahead and put our route in there and everything else. Okay, so this is good. No reserves. Crossing next 50. Going to 37,000 feet. I said the winds are 255,090. Minus top of climb. Okay, and one limit. That's good. Laps position 5. V1, VR, V2. Trim is set. Cool. Let's go and do a departure arrival. So we're doing a 16 left by Harab 5. Perfect. It's working, guys. That's good. We're doing a RAV arrival. We're getting in San Francisco on so far, according to their ATIS. Active runway should be. And left. I do have AutoGate, however, AutoGate only works with the scenery that basically reads AutoGate. So the basic airports don't read AutoGate. Yeah, so like for example, I've got a couple custom airports, then these ones will read AutoGates, but yeah. Bet I got 2, I said. There we go. And this is our transition. Cool, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait before I put this in. Just going to go and put my route in there first. Okay. We can disregard this one. Okay, here we go. We have, just gonna go put this in here. 12660. What do you mean invalid entry? There we go. How do you set your custom cams? You basically find the view that you want, and then you'll select control and whatever number on the numpad that you want, and it's gonna do that for you. And then you can just select that number, and it's gonna work. Just gonna reread this departure clearance, beacon 6675. Departure, that's good, approved. Altitude restrictions, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. One two five 600 ground will assign departure runway taxi instructions. Seattle delivery, good day. This is Air Canada 1489. Request clearance to San Francisco. Oh, 125 600. That's what's going on, guys. Seattle delivery, good day. This is Air Canada 1489. Request clearance to San Francisco. Air Canada 1489, Roger, standing by. Okay. Kind of excited to get going here, guys. We've been on the ground for quite a while here. I'm sorry for the guys that still watching and hoping to see us take off here in a bit. We're just waiting on the air traffic controller to get us going here. Hopefully, doesn't take too long. We're going to 37,000 feet, I said. Jesus. We want to take off. Clear to San Francisco, Harab departure, rough transition, Dennis file, maintain 9,000 feet, expect 387, 110 minutes after departure. Depart with me on 1256, squawk 1502. That's okay. It's too easy. We're even going to reread what he said. Sir Canada 1489, clear to KSFO, Harop 5 departure, aircraft transition. Maintain 9,000 feet, expect 37,000 feet 10 minutes after departure. I'll stay with you on 125.600, squawk 1502. Okay, so let's get going here, guys. So squawk 1502. I'll put ourselves on. Back correct, expect runway 16 left. Sierra Canada 1489, expecting runway 16 left. We'll call for taxi. What did I say it was, guys? 1502? 1502, correct. Okay, here we go. Perfect. This is Air Canada 1489, request taxi. Air Canada 1489, disregard request, pushback, taxi instructions. Over. Back approved, taxi via Bravo Charlie. Air Canada 1489, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo Charlie. The altimeter is 3003. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put our pushback here, guys. Replan pushback. Where are we here? Okay.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We are ready.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay. Put these on. Put that in if
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
put that in there. If they end up changing us runway, we'll change it on the way. For now, that's the active runway in San Francisco, so we'll go like that. Make sure that our legs are good here. Okay, that looks good.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Using parking brake. There we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, starting engine. We'll turn our packs off. This bad boy here. There we go. And 25, we're gonna introduce fuel. Here we go, introducing fuel. Okay. And start the right engine. Yeah, I know I should have started with 2 first, but I clicked it, so. There we go. Those coming on, those coming on. APU off. And packs back on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Super easy here, guys. Bravo Charlie, we're going to be going along the runway here, and Charlie's right up here. Our flaps on.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
I put my altimeter here. What he said, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay, come up here, taxi lights off, runway turn off, lights on. These are on. This is coming strobe and steady. Those are coming on. Put those to auto. Everything seems good. Let's get going here, guys. Air Canada 1489, cleared to take off. There we go, guys. Sorry for the delay, but we're on our way. And one. Those fucking pedals, I swear to God. You guys gotta remind me next airport, I gotta calibrate those. They're pulling me to the left here. D1, rotate. Positive rate, gears coming in. Okay, so guys, we're supposed to go up to 9,000 feet here, and then he's gonna tell us to proceed. So we should maybe too complicated here. Let me adjust my trim here, and takes off. That's good. This is Air Canada 1489, just going through 3,500 feet. Our contact, trim 15,000, proceed. Air Canada 1489, contact at 15,000 and proceed on course. Start making our turn here shortly, guys. Yeah, I have a problem after taking off with the Zibo, the aircraft just pulling to the left. Is this happening during takeoff or after takeoff? Like once you're in the air? Aircraft 1489, Roger, 124.20. Okay, so they want us to contact
bank angle, bank angle, bank angle, bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Go ahead and put the LNAV, VNAV, autopilot here. So I can do all of this.
Seattle Center, United 1688.
United 1688.
United 1688, Victory level 380, on heading 360 for spacing.
United 1688, Roger, 6610.
6610 in book says 1688.
Who was calling Seattle Center when we go for descent?
Seattle contact Delta 171, can you confirm that we can descend by the car?
Delta 171, affirmed it. Send you the Fox 6 arrival at Seattle, wind south, the altitude 3002.
Pushing descent by the car at Delta 171.
Delta 29 is with you, descending through 1313,000 for 5,000.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get in here on the chatter. I'm just gonna wait till they're done here. And then I'll answer your question here, Kevin.
Contact Seattle, approach 125.6. He's waiting for your call.
Uncle Function 125.6, Delta 2395.
Seattle Center, good day. This is Air Canada 1489. Just going through 13,000 feet, 9 nautical miles from Emerald.
Air Canada 1480, Seattle Center, Roger, climbing flight level 370, continue the departure on course, off the board.
Air Canada 1489, fly and maintain flight level 370, maintain course on file. These guys are so hard to hear. I really never understand why. Like how are you supposed to hear that, right? Okay guys, so we're on our way here. We're on our climb. So Kevin, after takeoff, what are you using to fly? Are you using your mouse? Are you using a joystick? Oh fuck, I forgot the wipers here guys, sorry. We don't need those anymore.
Shan, I've got another target just over the time of 12 VOR now. I'm not plugging in yet. He's also at flight level 380. But you can turn left, I'll tell you what, turn left heading 330 from now. And some maintain flight level 360.
330 from now, and descend maintain level 360 now. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Alaska 320, you are radar contact. Flight level 360, 35 miles south, from the 12 VOR. Just looking ready for now. I'll have you on back on course in a moment.
I guess Kevin is not with us anymore. If you are Kevin, I'm just asking you what you're using as a controller. Are you using your mouse? Are you using a yoke? Are you using a joystick?
After for calling Seattle Center, big call sign.
Okay, you're using a joystick. And have you tried recalibrating it? I know this may sound stupid, but like right now, for example, my pedals are uncalibrated here. So you'll see when I take off, it pulls me to the left. So, but for real, if you look at, like, if you were to see me, I'm actually pulling to the right to make sure it doesn't do that. So it's something to remember each time you get in a flight. Make sure you calibrate your gear. Like, I've had a couple like incidents here this morning, and I had to restart the sim, and I didn't calibrate my pedals properly, and now I'm pulling to the left. So, you know, it's really annoying. I really doubt that the plane has a problem that it pulls on its left by itself. It's just a weird thing. To make sure, if you want to try, you can maybe try it without your joystick and just see if it does the same thing with the mouse. If it does the same thing with the mouse, then yeah, I would probably try and reinstall the mod. But I highly suspect it has something to do with your joystick or the calibration or...
Last 355, yeah, sure.
Yeah, totally. Thanks, Dammy. I'll go and find that on my second screen here.
Center United 1189.
Hey, no worries, Kevin. Just smash that subscribe button and give me a hand if that fixed your problem. The libraries, I said, right? Give me a little second.
Down a little bit lower than shoot down the Honda. So if you got another one, I'm sure you are saying for now. Sorry, who's that calling safe off on me?
Well, the last one's 17.
There you go, buddy. So I'm putting this right now in the chat. Should be going on both. Yeah, give that a look, Dammy, and you should have all the at least a good bunch of liveries there, and they're free to download. Do I have any payware scenery from any airport? I do have JFK, and I did buy Toronto. You know, I'm slowly building them. There is some really nice free things out there too, so I mean, all depends where you want to spend your money, right? Like right now, I was telling the guys earlier that the next thing I want to buy for the simulator is CYVR. I want our clouds to look better, and the entire weather and the whole thing, right? So yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely get more sceneries as we go, and as we build the streaming community around this channel. Today we're flying, everywhere we're flying to is going to be default scenery. I will be streaming pretty much every day all week though this week. So expect to have some new stuff as we go here. We're at 30,000 feet here. Our top of climb is right here. We'll be there before that though.
Go ahead for Alaska.
Quite windy out here.
357.
No worries, Dommy.
100% crossing Battle Run Florida. 6 miles. No reback break. United 1189. Turn right 33. Bring it up on the east side of the field.
Yeah, it's definitely worth spending for, and then obviously I'll have to play with it and tweak with it and see what works best, you know, so I don't get too much of a frame hit, and with the stream going and whatnot, because I'm obviously streaming all from the same, streaming and using the sim out of the same computer right now. So so yeah, I mean, we'll see how far I can push it. I do have a good gear though. I will update all the my computer specs in my channel here as soon as we're done the flights. Actually, I can probably put the description in here.
Seattle Center Delta 171 with waterborne weight than we expect for right.
There's nothing that drastically like drop my frames. It's just that explain as weird as it is. Sometimes you'll be like running at like 50 FPS. It's great, and then for like one puff of whatever, it's gonna go down to 10, and then I'll be right back up to 40, and you wonder why it does that, right? So I found the best settings right now to have it stable, so that it never really does that. But you know, you'd think that with a 1080 and everything, I'd be able to run everything, but as max. But it is a pretty heavy simulator, and then as soon as you start adding sceneries and whatnot, then obviously that's all extra things your computer's got a load, and yeah, you just got to find your best settings with your stream and yeah.
That's the 235, you're clicking to National Airport, the radar vector Kuga, correction direct Kuga. Then it's filed, contain 9,000, expect 13,000. On German after departure, the departure frequency will be with squawk 6621, Rebecca squawk 6621, Alaska 245. 245 squawk prefecture is correct. We should start your discretion when knowing the weather for Tango Racing taxi.
There you go. So I've updated my specs there in the description of the video, guys.
Delta 2395, heavy.
Radio check 1, 2, 3.
Good.
We got you. Tail Center, Section 56, we have Mission Charlie, South Pass with weather information, IFR to San Francisco.
Section 56, it's going to be fast, clear to San Francisco International Airport, via R6, V5 transition, climb via the clear sub 9000, departure with me, 6676 in the box, prefect to squawk on
6676, direction 76 section.
Is that correct? We should start your discretion then left cultural throttle departure for taxis. No revenue required.
37,000 feet, so we're at our top of climb. Bring that back to 0. All right, and let's enjoy the cruise, guys.
Left 46, turn left 3, let's call it 340 now.
Do you have an extended license or you can get that license?
1746, you're going to be on vectors for your arrival. We've got a couple of aircraft that are going to come in on the east side of the field. You're one of them. This is maintain at 340 heading now. I'll have you descend shortly.
Okay.
Yeah. United 1189, Seattle Center. Proceed direct Ratty, Romeo Alpha, Delta Delta Yankee. Send a pilot's discretion across Ratty at 17,000. From Ratty, expect vectors for a visual approach to Seattle, the Seattle altitude 3002.
Okay, direct Ratty, Romeo Alpha, Delta Delta Echo down to 11170 for United 1199, then we can expect the visual vectors into Seattle.
That's correct, sir. Took Ratty and the Y, so R-A-D-Y. No move back. Left at 1746. Thank you, sir. Proceed direct Ratty. Maintain flight level 360 for now. I'll have you descent.
Okay, guys. GTX 1070 Ti or GTX 1080. Here's the difference between the two cards. GTX 1070 Ti and GTX 1080. When you look at the specs, holy shit! Give me a second. I'm tired of hearing these guys.
You're on the frequency. Don't worry, I'm going to make the most mistakes out of all you guys. Break. Horizon 2423. Send a pilot's discretion from Jackson at 12,250 knots. The Seattle altitude at 300.
Is there a volume option on this shit? Anyways. Okay, so here's the thing, guys, with the GTX 1070 Ti or GTX 1080. The GTX 1070 Ti uses GDDR5, and the GTX 1080 uses GDDR5X. Okay, so when you look at the benchmarks in, like, for example, GPU benchmarks and stuff like that, you'll see that there's very little difference. Actually, the GTX 1070 Ti scores higher than the 1080. However, when you put it in a game perspective, the 1080 still scores better than the 1070 Ti because of its faster memory. So I know sometimes you think that, oh, okay, the Ti is stronger by benchmark, and you look at they're both 8 gigs of RAM. VRAM, sorry, but one is 8 gigs of VRAM GDDR5X and one is GDDR5 regular. So the 1080 is still faster than the 1070 Ti. And here's the thing, unless you have a GTX 1070 Ti that's like $100 cheaper, or like that's worth buying over the 1080, then sure enough, go ahead. But if it's a $20, $30, $40, $50 difference, I tell you, man, go for the 1080. Especially right now with the whole Bitcoin mining thing. Like, I highly doubt that the prices are very competitive. Like, those cards are out of whack right now. You're paying way above what you should be paying for those cards. I'm just hoping that Nvidia smartens up a little bit and starts doing something for that. You know, create some cards that are better for mining, and you know, so that it doesn't hurt the gaming industry, because it's crazy that right now you're going to buy a GTX 1080 and you're paying over $800, $900 for a 1080. And if you guys think that that's what they're worth, well, that's not true, because I bought mine back when it was $649. I'm talking Canadian here, and they were a bit cheaper than that also before that, but you know, it's doing the opposite of what this market should be doing. This market should be slowly decreasing, and then they get the new cards out, and then the new cards are more expensive. But that's not what's happening. There's less and less. There's more demand and less offers, so those prices are just going up and up and up, and it's pretty crazy.
That's 171, Roger. 1405.
But yeah, by all means, here's the thing: the 1070 Ti is going to run the simulator just fine. Yeah, it will. Like, it won't be an issue. Like, for example, you were talking about Captain Canada. He runs a 1070, and he overclocks it, and he's fine, right? So, I mean, it's not an issue. That's the recommended settings. It's just that if you're going to go and spend that amount of money, like, it better be worth buying a 1070 to, you know, to buy that over at 1080. That's all I think. And then the same argument is true when it comes to buying a 1070 Ti over a 1070, right? So, you know, what's the price difference? And
That are character 56 figures and change.
Deck 56,
No, we just saw for a chop off. We switch over so we can listen in and monitor him for a little bit. We're about ready.
I'm
Don't
really sorry.
release.
Yeah, no, he's my relief, and yeah, you can switch him on 256. Talk to you later.
Try 20 for Gresham 25.6. We'll see.
Skyline 6218 Pro.
for those just tuning in right now, we're on our way to San Francisco. We're on the second leg of this trip. As I said a bit earlier, we might be doing an extra one to Las Vegas. We'll see what time it is when we land and what I got going here today. But we kind of lost a bit of time here in Seattle because our IRS up here wouldn't take the right position. So we had to restart the sim and get going. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes.
285 direct Auburn. That's Alpha Uniform Bravo Romeo November Auburn. After Raddy, then across Auburn at 12,000.
Okay, left 280 to Auburn and down to 120 12,000 after Raddy for United 1189.
1189, you got it. Perfect. Seattle Center, last 245 on ground Portland with the weather ready for taxi. Calling back, 1 second.
Quite nice out today. Got the sun with us.
Send it out expression across Raddy at 177,000. Seattle out 3002. United 1189. As you cross Raddy and make the turn, contact Seattle approach 125.6. He'll bring you home the rest of the way. Yeah.
125.6, you've been great tonight.
Any of you guys watching right now actually
You guys are great.
use Explain 11, or you're just fanatics?
Skyline 6218 Bravo car for clearance flowing field.
Tower 6218 Bravo. I've got your flight plan to standby 1. I'm looking for you short there, but cruise altitude 5,600. Is that where you want to cruise? That is correct. 600 for 620 fellow. Alright, may have to amend that out. You'll come back to me.
Hey Alexis, how are you doing?
On the frequency.
If you can curse here, depends what you want to say.
That's for 357, contact Seattle, approach now, 125, they'll bring you the west to the west.
356, thanks for help. Good job, the last 3.
Seattle Center, last 245 on the ground, Portland, just awaiting capture there. Last 245, thanks for your patience, sir. Like 10 right from Echo should do for you. And currently 110 on 8. That works. You Bravo 3. Echo should work fine for us. That's 245. Actually, I can see 6,000 feet remaining. 10 right from Echo, taxi via Tango, Bravo 5, Bravo Echo, yeah, Senator 3015. Tango, Bravo 5, Bravo, and Echo, and we'll show them 10 right, or 245.
Where are we going? We're on our way right now to San Francisco. We did Vancouver to Seattle, and then we're doing Seattle to San Francisco, and we might do an extra leg to Las Vegas, as I said a bit before. We lost a bit of time in Seattle because one of our instruments wasn't working properly, but we should be good. Should be good there. We'll see what we're doing on timings when we land in San Francisco.
Sorry, last 1746, turn right, fly heading 030, vector for your descent.
Jaron Cohen, don't think so.
Cohen.
Where are all you guys from? Anyone who's watching there? Where are you guys from?
1688. Identity.
Norway. Wow. I didn't think that's where you're from, Dami. That's nice.
Ryzen 2425, contact Seattle, approach now, 135.6.
Over to approach on 125.6, Ryzen 2425. Good job.
Thanks, you too. Seattle Center, last 245, Echo short of 10 right. Last 235, roger.
Hilo. Where's Hilo?
Runway 10 right from Echo, fly runway heading correction. Leaving 2000, turn left for Kuga on course. Clear takeoff. Clear takeoff 2000 feet, turn left Kuga for 245.
United 1688 with you approximately 40 miles south of ground technical.
Aircraft 1 Seattle Center, stay close.
It's United 1688.
United 1688, your radar contact position and altitude check. Continue on course. Tell you what, 10 via the Hawk 6 arrival, Seattle Center south. Seattle Center, Seattle Center.
Further descent pilot Hawk 6 arrival and altitude 300 United 1688.
I'm not too sure where Hilo is, buddy. Hilo. Have a look at that. Oh, Hawaii. Nice. I've been to Honolulu and Waikiki and North Shore on the big Honolulu there, but that's about it. Never been to Hilo. Which island is this one? Island of Hawaii. Cool. It's like the weather over there. We got Norway, we got Hawaii, a couple different places in the world watching right now. It's pretty awesome.
Last 245, Seattle Center, your radar contact is 5,500, turn left, Kuga, on maintaining 13,000. I was left turn down to Kuga and up to 13,000, 245.
Technobiz Pilot, thank you for your subscription.
United 447, just reconnected to the network after an internet outage, descending through flight number 170.
Alright, that'll last for 1746 points.
For those just tuning in right now, we're on our way to San Francisco. We're on the second leg of this trip. We're flying a 737 800. That is the Zibo mod. Currently 37,000 feet. And we have about 360 nautical miles to do. In and around that.
Alright, Roger, 447, I've got you now.
Flying Air Canada today.
Roger that, United 447.
Weather was pretty bad in Vancouver and Seattle, but looks pretty nice from up here. Nice and sunny.
United 447, I'm going to have to hold you for now. Standby 1 on hold for you shortly. We've got a little too much traffic.
Do we have any pilots right now watching, or anyone who's actually uses the simulator as well?
United 447, turn left and 260, maintain 14,000.
Left 260, maintain 14,000, the United 447.
And just to confirm, United 1688 is already cleared for division, or
United 1688, send you the Hawks 6 arrival. Expect to hold over Hawks. Just in my front. Send you the Hawks 6 arrival. Alright, United 1688, stand by. Let me finish the clearance, and then you can get back. Send via the Hawk 6 arrival.
That's pretty funny here. This guy's speaking over to the aircraft traffic controller here.
Send via the arrival. Maintain flight level 180.
Guys, if whenever you fly on the VATSIM network, these guys are pretty nice. Just put in your flight plan that you're new, and you know, if you don't understand, ask for a readback. These guys are gonna be nice, but take your time. Don't be stressed, and don't talk over them, because obviously they get mad, and at the end of the day, well, you can't play by their rules, or they're gonna get you off their network. So it's pretty amazing that we have access to this network for free. So
left and left.
Yeah.
240. Maintain 15,000.
Pretty cool. So for those wondering here, 255 knots, and you're like, oh, sure this plane can go faster than that. Well, you're right. This is actually the speed we're doing right now. Total airspeed is 450, ground speed 437. So yeah, it's the way to do it in eco mod, I guess.
United 447, turn left.
Better for fuel economy. You get higher, you get the winds with you, and
hold over Hawk as published on the Hawk 6 standby. Hold over Hawk as published on the Hawk 6 arrival, except maintain 11,000. Expect further clearance in 10 minutes.
Okay, confirm direct Hawks, and then hold over Hawks as published, United 447.
Confirm. Maintain 11,000.
Alright, maintain 11,000 as well, United 447.
hopefully it's not that cloudy in San Francisco. I'd really like us to catch the Golden Bridge as we get in. Whereabouts are we, guys? If you're wondering. I can't zoom out. That's great. Cool. Well, we are 255. Let's go for 265 nautical miles away from our approach here. Any of you guys watching have any questions? Feel free, go ahead. That's why we're doing this. Normally in real life I should have a little co-pilot here and we could be talking about, you know, what did you do last night, or what are we gonna do when we land in San Francisco? You know, shit like that. But I'm alone. Only got you guys. So
United 1688 Seattle.
That's why we're streaming, to have a little bit of company. It's lonely up here.
United 1688.
X-Plane is lying to you because I'm looking right, and I have no co-pilot. But if you look from outside, you see this guy? They're basically saying I have a co-pilot, but I'm telling you I don't. So, yeah.
Seattle 17, 447. How long will we expect to stay in this hold up? We're getting a little low on fuel here.
Well, I gave you an expected clearance time. We've got about a dozen aircraft in the Seattle airspace, so on gas first control, when you're ready for more. We're declaring a fuel emergency. I can work with that request to get you in, and we can convert you to another airplane. Just don't know what's
negative. Negative, no emergency at this time. Just, off.
9447, it's not a problem, so you're the lowest airplane in the stack. When I get a release, you'll be the first one in. We are running visual approaches, so we should be able to get you in for a tight, close-in visual approach for one-way 16. I'll make that request for the approach.
Alright, Roger, thank you very much. United 447.
Astoria Regional Airport, request IFR to Seattle International Airport.
November 4-9er Seattle Center. It's going to be a few minutes, sir. I've got about a dozen inbounds we're trying to handle coming to Seattle. If you want to hard. So, yeah, it looks like you could depart in VFR position, make your way up, and take your pop-up airport units on your way, or just leave out and probably look for a move.
Okay, and should we load in more fuel? We're expecting a delay into Seattle.
Negative, sir. By the time you're up there, all this traffic is clear. It's all jet traffic, so you shouldn't get a delay getting in.
Okay.
I wish it would have been that nice when we took off from Vancouver this morning. We got a nice little sunrise.
Last 245 extends in the hold to 12,000.
It's been all 12,000.
Yeah, last 245, appreciate it. Another percent traffic ahead, turning right ahead of you at 13,300. We'll be at 13,000 and 15,000 under.
Alright, we'll get down quick.
Thanks, Milt. $94.47. That's it for you. They're ready for one more. Flight 010, then maintain 9 or south.
010, that's 9,000, United 447.
That's 245, so maintain 1010,000. Your next view.
So, Dami, did you download any of those liveries yet?
Yeah, 1688, then maintain 11,000. 3 out of that hole.
We're going to maintain below 1688.
And for now, we'll request to move VFR to Seattle.
November 49er Story Regional does not have a tower, so I don't know if the tower services at that airport. You can pick up VFR.
What's the destination? We are going to San Francisco. We took off from Vancouver, went to Seattle. Now we're doing Seattle to San Francisco. And if we have time, then we'll do another one to Las Vegas.
Air Center 1489, my airspace to the south, centers offline, radar service.
I am 25 years old, Kevin.
Yeah, the rest of your flight, you're the only guy going in that direction. That's a good one. Short stroke. United 447, you're next. Correct, you are already out of the hole. Zibo. For last 245, you're next in the queue. On your next lap around, proceed direct net, and then maintain 9 or south.
Yeah, guys, I will have a camera set up here Basically, my other one got smashed in the move here, so I will go and get another one this week, probably tomorrow, and get that going.
Crosswalk at 1212 down.
I had an alternate setup right now. Since it's smashed, I was using my phone, but yeah, now it's not convenient because then you can't use your phone. So obviously that was temporary, and I'd just rather not have one if I'm going to use my phone. So I'll definitely go get another one here tomorrow and get this going.
Yeah, French 125.6, United 447, you're doing great job with all the traffic line.
Thanks, sir. Last 1746, you see, sir. Contact the approach controller 25. Yeah.
Where from, Jose?
We love it. You can bring it anytime. Last 245, turn left 360.
Left heading north, 245. Seattle Center, November 294, Victor Bravo.
94 Victor Bravo, Seattle Center, surplus.
Request United on Robinson, Oregon Regional.
All right, I have your request, sir. Number 294 Victor Bravo, you're cleared to Eastern Oregon Regional.
What would be my reaction? Okay, guys, I'm streaming because like I enjoy flying those planes. I enjoy playing with the simulator, and I think that streaming community in the X-Plane is very, very small. Each time I want to watch something, you know, there's basically Captain Canada and a few others, but I think Captain Canada has good content out there. You know, I'm not streaming to become necessarily like them. So be it if that's what it becomes. So yeah, if one of those guys comes and drops by, I'll say hello. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know how to explain that, but I wouldn't like. You know, it's always fun to get inputs from everyone, but yeah, no, it's. Everyone displays their own content, and everyone has their own things, and that's good like that.
One for your departure, yes, 3022, call short of Alpha, ready.
You know what I'd really like, to be honest, is for this is to make a streaming community of X-Plane. So you know, to get all these guys together and basically, you know, get some good content out there, because like you have a few on YouTube right now, you got absolutely nothing on Twitch. I mean, you have a couple, but it's not consistent. It's not really, you know, people don't go on Twitch to watch Explain. So that's a bit what I'm pushing for, is to get this more of the people that have the same hobby together, basically. You know, YouTube, what happens with YouTube is you search for Explain 11, you're looking maybe for a tutorial, you're looking for something about Explain 11, and then you stumble across someone who's actually streaming, and then you're like, oh great, I just found a streamer, right? But when you look at platforms like Twitch and whatnot, then you're directly searching for what you want to watch, and you're literally searching for someone to stream. So it's depending on the platform you're working on. It's, you know, places like YouTube are definitely an advantage, because you end up having viewers that were not necessarily going to YouTube to find someone live. You know, that was not their initial research. But yeah, no, it'd be nice to get all together and create a good little community.
And then United 1688 still expect the launches, right?
And 1688, you'll have to ask me first before that. It's probably just a center runway, but we'll be able to tell you for sure.
So we're about 140 miles away from our top of descent here, guys. This is going to be our longest flight today if I am to do another one. I like to keep the flights shorter, obviously, for obvious reasons. Really interesting to see the takeoffs and the landing, right? I mean, we get to see some nice views on the way there, but I like to keep the flights gate to gate around an hour. This one's a bit longer, obviously. We're closer to the 2-hour mark for that flight. Yeah, I could definitely get that set up. I'm still working on some aspects of the stream here. I'm going to be getting the camera tomorrow, and I'm going to start putting my overlays that I have already made. And you'll see that the page is going to look a lot different when, you know, this is just a temporary overlay that I have. But the stream's going to look a lot better in the following days here. One thing to note is I'm going to be streaming a lot of Explain 11, but that's not all I'm going to be streaming. I stream what I like to play. This obviously is a bit more of a serious game, I like to say it. You know, no one can just jump in a plane and take off and land it if you don't, you know, really know what you're doing in Explain. I mean, I guess you can, but it won't be really great. There's a big learning curve to Explain. You're constantly learning more. Got a lot to learn still. But yeah, there's some days where I'm gonna be I'm gonna make a schedule eventually of specific Explain days. But you know, there's gonna be definitely other things going on this stream. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch, different content. I've now linked both platforms, so I'm streaming on both platforms at the same time. But yeah.
November 49, okay. Okay.
1
Is there a San Francisco center? Doesn't seem like there's anyone in San Francisco right now. Nice and clear, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it can stay like that all the way up to San Francisco. Yeah, so that's funny. I have to re-download this this plugin you're talking about that calculates that. Right now I don't have it. I keep forgetting about going to download it again, but yeah, I can't remember for sure. But I'll definitely try and get that back on there for tomorrow, so that we can see it live, I guess. You fly yourself, Jose?
Seattle Central, November 13 Echo Tango, IFR, Kilo Hotel, India, Oxford. November 13 Echo Tango, Seattle Center. I have your flight plan job to drive for the next few minutes. You've got a minute. Roger, standing by. November 13 Echo Tango, stay your current position. Which airport are you at? Located at the Rock Planet Space 00 Whiskey, that's the airport identification. I confirm that airport identification is 00. That's correct. November 13 Echo Tango.
Channel Center, X2089, checking in to conserve passing through 10,300 for 330.
X2089, Roger, squawk 662.
66. Can you give me a squawk again,
66, 62. X2089, Seattle Center, you are radar contact is 12,700 feet. Secret Kimberly VOR to Jet 15.
Well, I mean,
330.
if it gets there, sure. But I mean, right now, I obviously have a full-time job. I'm not just gonna quit it tomorrow morning to say, hey, I'm streaming. You know, if eventually this stream becomes that popular, then it's gonna be another. Obviously, okay. Obviously, I'm trying to get this stream popular. Otherwise, I'd have no reason to do it. But yeah, it all goes by how big this community is going to grow, and that's just not the initial goal. You know, I'm not here saying that I wouldn't like that. I'm just not saying that that's not the reason why I'm doing it. You know, I'm not doing it to say, hey, I'll be a full-time streamer. Would I like that? Obviously, who doesn't want to be, you know, playing their hobbies and doing stuff like that and getting paid to do it? It's obviously the goal, but I mean, it's not the purpose of the stream. If it gets there, then so be it. I'm happy that people like the content, and if not, then we'll keep doing it because we're enjoying it. And especially when we're flying like this, it's a lot of fun to have some company. Yeah, exactly, right? So depending on how big it gets, and it's things you start to consider, obviously, as it grows.
Correct. Correct. Battleground. Correct. Battleground is Bravo, Tango, Golf. Maintain 14,000. Departure frequency 124.2, squawk 6631.
United 1688 for further descent.
United 1688, sorry. United will switch to Seattle approach. You should be with that 125.
Negative. We are on your frequency. You have the potential over.
Alright, sorry about that. You should call Seattle approach 125.6. Let them know you're heading in your altitude and they'll get you out.
Second frequency, please, for 6.
Where are you from, Jose?
Seattle approach on 125.6.
25.6, bye-bye, 1688, and ready to go forward.
Take care. Hello, 3 at the tango. Can you read that finish for you?
Yes, please. All right, my card is Vasco VOR and 662 in the box.
November 13 Echo Tango, Roger.
Yeah, where do you live, or where are you from? Doesn't really matter. Both. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, I'll definitely get a schedule together. Here's the thing too, I do have a full-time job too, and I got to make that work around as well. But yeah, no, I'll definitely try and get those peak hours in there. I did do some evening flights last week. But I was just finishing to set up everything here, so like I said, this week's going to be a good grinding week for that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we are on our way to San Francisco. We are about 46 miles out from our top of descent here. We did Vancouver to Seattle, Seattle to San Francisco right now. We might do to Las Vegas afterwards. If you like what you're seeing, you want to support me, smash that subscribe button, or the follow if you're watching on Twitch right now. It's highly appreciated. Thank you, guys. Argentina, nice. Nice. I've been to New York, never been to Argentina. One of the few places I haven't gone in the world, actually. I want to confirm here that there's not someone who just got online here. Technically, around here, I should request for descent. Since there's no aircraft traffic controller in San Francisco, I'll probably just proceed and go ahead with it, but unless someone logs in.
Victor Bravo, Roger, the wind 160 at 12, runway.
What is the ATIS in San Francisco? 113.7. Go 118.85. Oh, the ATIS is not working over there. Try the other frequency they have for that. Huh, that's the lowest I can go. That's funny. Yeah, their ATIS is not working. Whatever.
Victor Bravo, Seattle Center, radar contact, 4,700 turn left direct Zorn, going Victor 536 on course.
About 10 miles out of our top of descent here, guys. Start going down pretty soon. Those who have been there since the beginning of the flight, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for staying for the entire flight. I prefer the 727 with splits or without them. You mean the 737? And what do you mean by splits? To be fair, I don't really have a preference. I think they both look cool.
Seattle Center, November 13, Echo Tango, ready for taxi.
Okay, guys,
November
so
13 Echo Tango, you're at an uncontrolled field, so taxi on the Unicron.
should be going down here. There we go. Top of descent. Yeah, we'll need some drag.
And departure will not fly on important control. November 13.
I'll get off their radio here because we're on their airspace anyways, so. For those who are just tuning in right now, we are doing our descent right now to San Francisco. So we want to be at 28,000 feet at Joan here. Give it a little bit more drag here so we can slow down better. At 23,000 feet. Any add-ons? I'm getting us XenViro this week. I do have a couple sceneries airports, different places, not the ones we're going to today. I do have JFK, I do have Toronto Pearson. I have a few other sceneries, but yeah, today it's all going to be the default ones. This is the Zibo mod of the 737. And we are in the clouds, ladies and gentlemen. No worries. Yeah, once we get XenViro this week, those clouds should be looking much better. The simulator still looks great without all of those, but why not? Graphic card, if you look in the description there, I have a GTX 1080. You want to see the rest of my specs there, I've put them in the description of the video.
San Francisco INTL information November. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind 120 at 14, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 25,000 broken, temperature 8, dew point -14. Altimeter 3027. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left, departing runways 28 right, 28 left, 01 right, 01 left. Advise on initial contact, you have November.
We said 28 left, so let's go see something here.
FedEx 2089, leaving base to the east, Salt Lake Center is offline, radio services are terminated. Frequency change to advisories approved, go to flight message, and thanks for the traffic.
Hey, roger that. FedEx 2089, thanks for being there for us today, appreciate it, we'll see you next time around, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just changing our course here quickly, guys. Not our course, but our arriving runway. Basically, I looked at the ATIS when I took off, and the active runway was 10 left. Now it is 28 left. So, always good to check, guys, when you're doing a bit of a longer trip. Just confirm always your runway. I mean, especially right now, there's no ATC on. So, you know, when the ATC is on for VATSIM, sorry, he's gonna normally tell you like, hey, buds, expect this runway, but yeah, that information can change even if you have it planned at the very beginning. So. Nice. I'm I'm pretty curious to see those planes. I'm gonna buy us a bigger plane here this week. I was thinking of the A350, but it's apparently the FMC's got the flight factor one. The FMC has plenty of a glitch here, so I'll look a bit more into it to see if that's the case. But if that's the case, then yeah, I'll definitely not get that one. You know. Probably gonna go for Boeing instead. It's pretty frustrating to you know, pay that kind of money for the planes and they don't work properly. So where the heck are you going? I don't know why the plane's doing this right now, but that is the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Okay, I don't get why the plane's doing this here right now, guys. The autopilot's glitching, obviously. It's going from left to right here. I might just take over here with the headings instead and I'll see if it adjusts here, but if it doesn't, I'll definitely take over. I should be way lower than that too. Okay. I'm gonna take over here because it's doing, alright, so. Heading. I don't know what's going on. The autopilot seems like being a dick. So, and that happens, guys. Again, always verify your. Don't just rely on the autopilot here. You know, all the settings were right, like you saw in here. There's nothing that was wrong. There's nothing. There's no operator error, but it's just what it does. What's up, Avid? How you doing? What did I say their altimeter was?
San Francisco INTL information November 1700
3025.
Wind 1.
Yeah, it's my favorite plane too. However, it's kind of giving me a hard time today. My RS didn't pop up properly. I had to review the simulator in Seattle, and now the VNAV was going a bit crazy, shooting me from left to right. And but yeah, I'm just gonna manually fix that here. And
for Victor Bravo, my CFE inform you Seattle Center is going to be closing up, so I'm not going to be able to take you the rest of the way in. Pendleton, the Pendleton weather is showing pretty gorgeous day over there. 10 miles visibility and clear skies. And 2705 knots, the altimeter 3015. Enjoy your landing in Pendleton, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you, sir, for the service. It was awesome. No problem.
yeah, I know exactly. Sometimes it goes perfect, and then like for whatever reason today it was great from Vancouver to Seattle, and now it just started doing that. So I had to keep an eye on it. That's why I'm a bit higher than what I'm supposed to be here, but we should be okay here. think so, at least. Yeah, we're really, really high, but okay, going through 10,000 feet here. We'll turn these on. Yeah, I was busy speaking in chat here and I didn't notice that it was screwing around with me like that. It might be a little bit of an improvised landing here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Vid, thanks a lot for the follow. We might have to do a go around. We'll see how that goes. Jesus Christ. Well, I was busy speaking with you, Jose. What happens when the VNAV screws around with you? We are too high.
2,500.
Yeah, I'm way too high. I know that. We'll just get under our glide slope here and butter the breed, eh? My throttles.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Go ahead and open those thrust reversers. The center of that runway, for those who missed the beginning, I told you guys that in Seattle when I restarted my sim, my pedals got out of calibration here, so I'm pulling a little bit more to the left than I should be. Okay, 80 knots, revert to manual braking. Well, that was a bit of a rocky landing here, guys. I'm sorry. Again, the VNAV kind of screwed up on me. Go on and turn our taxi lights, these bad boys off. Okay. Yeah, we will. I'm gonna park here and I'm gonna get us a little replay going. Okay. Said you wanted to see the replay here. Just gonna disconnect from VATSIM here. Okay. Start it from here, guys. If I can get us on the runway here, but I don't know why, but this mode always does that. You're never on the right runway. Like, you gotta go through the entire freaking map to get to your runway. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that. We were so high. This is so funny. Yeah, I'll do, the next flights are going to be ILS approaches. It's a few times now that the VNAV does that to me and everything. We got there, boys and girls. No discrimination here. That's what it was, boys. Nah, I did not. It wasn't that bad. Bursted all my tires, you're funny. Go back and see it. That's totally fine, buddy. Not the best, but definitely didn't burst anything. Okay, turn those on. APU bleeds on. Good. You're very right. Showing you your replay here. Come on, Jose, don't be too rough on me. Alright. So yeah, we won't be doing another one to Las Vegas here, guys, just because I don't know what time it is at your place, but I do have other things to go and do here today. So that will be it for me today. Yeah. For everyone who was watching, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to support me. If you have any tips, feel free to go ahead. I'm in no way a professional, but I do enjoy the simulator, and thanks for tuning in. Have a very good day.